a minute. What's good? What's good? I think the lighting is okay. I think the lighting is good enough. Somebody come talk to me. Somebody come chat with me. I knew better though, I will say that. I knew better. So I didn't necessarily come here to complain, but it's all my fault. It really is all my fault. I knew better. I knew better. I knew better. Hi, Mark One. I knew better. I knew better. But there's nothing wrong with hoping for the best. I have not been on a date in a very long time. A very long, long time. It's a mohawk. It's a mohawk. Thank you. It's a full mohawk. Black girl edition. It's a mohawk black girl edition. I have it curly right now. But yeah, so my yeah, here's the thing, right? So again, I didn't come on here to complain. I just need to get it off. I just need to get it off because again, I haven't been on a date in years, guys. I am a hairdresser. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I did it myself. I was a barber. Um yeah, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I did it myself. Um so yeah, yeah. Oh wow, I need a haircut. I'm not behind. I'm not active. I don't do. I even sold my shares. $1,200 fucking shares I had. But anyway, so yeah, it was. Hey, buddy Scooby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And he was full of compliments. Anyway, it was crazy because let me get to the point. I knew better. It was all my fault. The reason the date was an epic fail, it seemed like it was fine. And then I was following him and he just ghosted me. Like just was speeding and I don't drive very fast because I have living plants in here and I don't want, their bodies flying all over the place. And this is my home. So, I got dishes in here, pots and pans, so I don't drive like it's a passenger vehicle. I drive like it's a mobile home because it is. So I was like, is he does he want me to follow him? Because this mofo is speeding. But that's not even the problem. The problem is it was my fault from the beginning because two things I know that I don't want. And one, I haven't done in 20 years. Okay, so first let me put this on the line because people seem to go away from it when I just say American, but I only date black guys, right? But I don't date American guys. I prefer African, Caribbean, Jamaican, but not American. I have not dated an American man in 20 years, and that's not my preference. And I just don't, right? I just don't. And I also know I'm a nomad and I move around, but I'm currently in California. And I knew, like, when I came here, I didn't come here to even meet any guys. And I know I don't want a California man. I don't want a California dude. I don't even want to meet. So this is all my fault. This is all my fault. No, somebody wants to hear a joke. There you go. This is all my fault. So I can't be mad, and I'm not. I'm not mad. But here's the thing. I drove 52 miles. I won't talk about the hours because the first time I went, like when I went earlier, it was during traffic, so it was 2 hours. But coming back, it was 56 minutes. But it's still, it was 52 miles that I drove, and that was supposed to be the halfway point. Um, but I think he was doing from where he was coming from. But anyway, um, it was I knew better, and I know better. I know better. However, comma, I am getting to the point to where I want to put myself out there. So I've been divorced for 12 years, and I did date one guy after my marriage, and this was all in Minnesota. I was married in Minnesota. I dated a guy. So 2 years after my divorce, well, a year and a half after my divorce, I put myself back out there. I met someone, and then about 6 or 8 months later, no, 6 months later, we actually started dating. So, and we dated for 3 years, and then I left Minnesota. Again, African. These are all Africans I'm talking about. But he loves Minnesota. He wasn't going to leave Minnesota, and I was even talking to him up until my time here in California. I went to Arizona before I came here. So, essentially, it's been like 9 years since I've dated anybody, right? And I've been divorced 12 years. And I haven't been on a date since I was in Arizona. I haven't been on a date, and I've been here 5 years, almost exactly 5 years, but this is the fifth year. And I'm ready to put myself back out there. But again, I know I don't want a California guy. And um yeah, that's pretty much it. So I was like, I don't even want to. But last night I got a wild hair up my nose and decided to uh, download Tagged. So I met him on Tagged. I downloaded Tagged, created my profile, and we had a nice conversation online and exchanged numbers, and everything was fine. But again, it was just my fault. I can't nitpick out, oh, this. No, I'm taking full accountability because the wrong first move was with me. The wrong last move was with me. So I have to just take full accountability. I can't nitpick anything about it. It was just my wrong ass from start to finish. Okay. But I do just have to say this. I'm way too mature for the foolery that some people just are not too mature for. I'm way too mature for that level of foolery. And that's another reason why I just don't prefer and no longer date American men. It seems like no matter how old they get, they always got time for games and foolery. And I just don't. I don't. I don't. And non-American black men don't either. They get to an age where they're just like, I'm too mature. I'm too grown for that shit. And American men just don't seem to ever get too grown for nonsense. You ever visit Las Vegas? No, but I want to. I am cool. I am cool. I'm real cool. So, it's just I'm very cool. Yeah. So, I'm also glad I didn't start. So I had suggested That's awesome. Thank you, Jay. That's awesome. I live in Vegas. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I do wanna visit. Well, I plan to visit Vegas. I have a girlfriend, a former client. She was a client first and then we became friends. This was from Minnesota and we became friends and then I moved to Arizona and then she moved to Arizona. Her man was from Arizona and so they moved there and not long and they had a son together. Not long. They were there maybe a year, but he died. He died and valley fever. I think that's what he died from. Something like that. Anyway, she left, and it was just too hard. So she's in Vegas now, and it was like a week. He died within a week, and they were at different doctors, and no one died. Everyone was like misdiagnosing what his problem was, and so, uh, yeah. Hold on, let me. Yeah, let me get that clown out of here. We don't have time for that. So yeah, she's in Vegas. She's in Vegas right now. And yeah, that was really sad. But I do plan to visit Vegas. Um I was also looking at land in Vegas at one point. Vegas and Arizona. So I came here from Arizona, but at some point I hope to not be single anymore. At some point. Um but again, American men are not on my list. So, yeah. African, Jamaican, Haitian, shit, Belize, what do they call them? Bajan, what do they call them from from Barbados? Yeah, just tax is cheap on land. And land, not land. Is Vegas doesn't have state taxes? Wait a minute. Or is Nevada a anonymous state? It was something about Nevada. Either they don't have state taxes or okay, no state taxes. Yeah, okay. I knew it was either that or you can do an anonymous LLC there. Yeah. I'm definitely going to check it out. I may stop by there when I leave Cali. Yeah, I may stop by there when I leave Cali. And then Vegas, Nevada is more inland, right? Nevada doesn't border with Mexico. No, it's more inland. I also want to get off I want to get off this border. I want to get off the border. I'm so tired of black Americans asking me if I like or eat Mexican food. No shade, but I'm not Mexican. Stop asking me about that. And everybody who asks me, from Arizona, the people that ask me are built like shit. No. No, I'm not eating that. I don't want to eat that. A little loves you. Allie loves you. Hey girl, wasn't with you last night. My BF doesn't believe me. Okay. Yes, yes. Yep. Okay. All right, Mark. Yeah, it's inland. Yeah, I gotta get off this border. I got to get off this border. What's up, Manny Freeman? What's good? Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, I need to not be single again. But, I'm not rushing it. I'm just open to it. So, I did not delete my profile, but I probably will because I'm getting messages from young dudes. Um, and I'm saying young dudes in their 30s. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Um, I haven't had an online dating profile in probably 10 years or so. Probably about 10 years. And I know why. And the thing too, I don't go anywhere in Cali. Like I'm not a fan. I don't like California. And so I don't go anywhere. But I didn't come here to meet anybody either. I did not come here to meet anybody, to make any friend. I didn't come here to meet anybody. I didn't come here to socialize. Let me put it like that. I did not come here to socialize. So, um, I'm in my last little time of being here. I have so many new leaves coming in on my plants. Um, I'm in my last little time of being here, and I'm just ready to meet people. I'm just in the wrong place to meet people because I don't want to meet any California guys. But I'm just ready. Yes, yeah. I'm always by myself and I'm always to myself. I prefer my own company. But like when I was in Arizona, I love the weather. I love the weather and it's just so much to do, and I like everything about Arizona better than here, but I have a path, right? Cuz I'm a nomad. So I was like I'm going to come to California. I had a strong desire to come here, having never been here before, and I was completely set up. It's not what they claim it is. And but when I was in Arizona, I said I'm going to come here and then go to Florida. While I'm in Florida, I'll figure out where I'll go from there. So, yeah. I I like to be by myself. I I've always been even as a little girl, I like to do my own thing. I like to think. I like to just do what I want to do. But that's not to say that I'm a bad companion because I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Um, in a relationship, I work very well with my man in a relationship. But where that works is I'm not clingy. I don't need to be up under him every moment. I don't need to be joined at the hip with him, you know? So give yourself a mohawk. I got a mohawk. I don't get the joke. What kind of joke is that? I don't get it. I got a mohawk. A full complete mohawk. You need more light? I got a mohawk. That's too much light. Hey Grant. See this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. See, Americans be on this type of stuff. Like they just too grown for just too grown. Just too grown to be on nonsense. I don't get it. I've been rocking a mohawk since 2015. When I originally got my mohawk, I went to a barber and I was like, I should have did it myself. But I've been rocking a mohawk since 2015. This ain't new. But I mean, you can't just let the hair grow, then it won't be a mohawk anymore. You got to keep it shaved. So I keep it up myself. And I've also shaved my head twice when I was in Arizona because I only have a mohawk. When I shave my hair off, it's all off. So when I got to Arizona, it was so dry, and I used to specialize in curly hair, but it was so dry, and I was like, wow, okay, so I had to cut it off to start over. And then when I got here, it was all fine. It was fine. But I cut it off because I just needed to get this California energy off my head. And I cut it off last year. And I kept my hair bald. I was like, I'm just going to keep it bald until I get out of California or closer to me leaving. So I started growing my hair back. And then I just recut my mohawk back. So this mohawk, I cut it myself. And I did it on live video here on YouTube. Grant, you don't have anything better else. You don't have anything better to do with your life. Just I couldn't imagine being so lifeless to just go on random people's lives and just start talking nonsense. But anyway, yeah, my date was an epic fail. My date was an epic fail. I used to go on really, see, I'm from the Midwest. Okay. I'm a show me state woman. I'm from Missouri, and I've always lived in the Midwest until I moved to Arizona. And it's just thank you. It's just it's just different. The guys in the Midwest are different. How they approach and pursue women is different. And I can only speak for me. I can only speak for my experience. I don't know what other women have gone through. I just know my experience. Like, even when I was younger, like, I didn't get a whole bunch of cat calls. The way I carry myself and the way I dressed, I got a lot of, "Hey sister, how you doing? How you doing, queen? How you doing?" And this was back before, I'm talking about in the 90s. You know? I've always gotten respectful approaches. And so with that, I've been courted, I've had men date me, court me. Um I grew up in an era where I could turn down a man's advance and he would still pursue me time and time and time again. It wasn't like a one and done. Um it was just, and I know the times were different, but also um I think just the way I carry myself, and I love men. I love men. I respect who they are and their position in this world, and their value, and that comes with me everywhere I go. I want to rock right now. I'm right bass and I came to get down. Why do people like to announce? I think people should keep some things private. Men in this day and age got to learn how to be respectful. It feels so unsafe in the current dating pool. I miss the feeling of natural respect. Yes. Yes. Because even how everything turned out tonight, I can't imagine this going like that in the 90s. But then also, I don't know West Coast men. I don't think West Coast, I don't know. I don't know. I've never been here before. I just know Midwestern men. Okay? And I know this would have never happened in the Midwest. Okay? I know that. I know this would not have happened in the Midwest. Um I've had great, and that's where I was going. I had really really great dates. I used to go on some really great dates in the Midwest. And Midwestern men, from my last experience, like they don't just ghost you, and it's just different. It's just different from the West. Completely different. I can't. I can't. I this was my first date since I've been here in California, which like I said, I've been here 5 years now. This is my 5th year. And I came here to be here 5 years. So I'm within my plan of what I set for myself. And this was my first date because again, I didn't come here to socialize, and I've always said, like I said, this was 100% on me because I knew and I know that I don't want a California guy. And again, I don't even date American men. So, yeah, it was wild. It was wild. And I know born and raised California native women who they yeah, they don't even like their pool of men. So yeah, it was wild. But and it's not to say, I don't know. I'm a Midwestern woman, and that's what I know. That's what I know. And then Missouri, my dates back home, I'm from St. Louis City, and I've been on some very respectful dates with some very respectful black men, born and raised, show me state St. Louis men, okay? I've been on some very, very, very beautiful, very respectful dates. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. But that was not the case tonight. It was not the it was the whole it was the last it was just the whole ghosting and I just everything, everything, everything. I just don't get it, but I don't want to move back to the Midwest. That is for sure. I do not want to move back to the Midwest. I have no intentions on moving back to the Midwest. I lived in KC for 6 years. Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. I know somebody who's about to move to KC from Atlanta. She's not from Atlanta, but she's in Atlanta right now, and she's about to be moving to KC. The cost of living is much cheaper there than it is in Georgia. Ah, Indiana. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, Indiana is different. Indiana is different. I have a girlfriend, her family, they're from Indiana, a lot of them. Um, yeah, I definitely don't want to go back to the Midwest. And I don't want to I don't want to live in the South either. I don't want to live in the South. My ultimate goal since I was 9 years of age is I want to my ultimate plan is to leave this continent. That's my ultimate plan, to leave this continent because hey, Italy, what's good? Yeah, that's my ultimate plan, to leave this continent because I don't want to be anywhere on I don't want to be anywhere. I don't want to be anywhere in North America. Anywhere. I don't want to be in Canada. I don't want to be in any state of the United States. And yeah, definitely not living in Mexico. That's for damn sure. And yeah, I don't want to live in Haiti either. But ultimately, one day, I will be on the African continent. Hmm. One day, because I'm so over um, these areas. Like I say, I don't want to live in the South. I'm definitely not going back to the Midwest. I've had my fill of being on this Mexican border, and there's quite a bit of California that was Mexico anyway that they just stole from Mexico. I'm just tired of being here. Arizona is really no different. I love Arizona. I love the weather. I love Arizona weather. I love the outdoor living. I love the winter living in Arizona. When I was there, I spent my winters in the jacuzzi. I love the weather in Arizona. That heat just does me righteous. You know what? I want to go to Thailand. That's on my bucket list. Thailand is on my bucket list for sure. Thailand and Tokyo, Japan is on my bucket list. Hmm. I also never had a desire to go to Europe, but I love the French language and I am teaching myself French. I am learning French, but I don't want to. I don't want to visit Europe. Cool people plus dollar goes. A long way. A long way. There are so many places where the dollar go a long way. So many places around the world where the dollar goes a hell of a lot further than a US dollar does in US dollar currency. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just have to continue to be patient and just continue to be me. And eventually, eventually, my mate will be presented to me. But I just felt like it was just on me to just put myself out there. It was just on me to get that and create that profile and put myself out there. And I did. And it's off me now. It's off me now. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's really not what I expected. It's really not. I didn't expect I didn't expect that, but I knew better. So, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. But, uh I didn't think I would still be single 12 years later or 9 years after um I left Minnesota and Kelvin and I stopped dating. Bob Brown, that only makes sense to you. That only makes sense to you. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, just I'm just gonna keep on. I'm just gonna keep on. Yeah, that's it. Just keep on. But I'm looking forward to being in new places. Like I've never been to Vegas. I've never been to Florida. I'm looking forward to those two places. Yeah, see, we were right there on the same page, Mark. I'm looking forward to new places. Yeah. Yes, it's Velcro. Yes, I'll pull it right off. You see, Mark, this is why this is the problem. Like, and then online, like it's hard to tell. It's hard. That could be somebody's child that should be in bed, or it could be somebody's grown ass grandparent that should still be in bed. Oh, the level of immaturity is ridiculous. It is crazy. It is crazy. But I'm looking forward to new things. I'm looking forward to new things. But I don't know what to, so I don't gamble. I'm not interested in seeing the Las Vegas Strip. I'm not interested in that at all. Um I'm not I'm not frivolous with money. So I don't get off on just spending for no reason. I don't know what, and that's the thing. That's what I like about the way that I live my nomadic life. I don't look for just like the touristy things of places. I like to live in a place and really get to know the culture and the attitude of a place, because I don't know anything about Las Vegas or Nevada, because you don't hear anything about it. You just hear the Vegas Strip, the casinos, and I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that part of Las Vegas at all. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. I'm not interested in seeing it. I don't want to be around those type of people. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Mount Charleston is cool. Big pine trees. Ooh. See, now that I'm a nature lover. I'm a nature lover and a tree hugger. Yeah. And you know what? I recently started, because there's some pine trees here. I recently started trying to collect sap from pine trees and the pine bark, just to help with my fires when I use my wood burning stove to cook outside. A lot of camping areas all over this. Oh, nice. Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Are there any, so like in Arizona, we used to go state parks. We used to go tubing, in Minnesota we did that too. But Minnesota is surrounded by water, so it makes sense. But in Arizona we would go river tubing. You have your tube, or you can rent one from the place and you just go. It was a whole crew of us that went down the river in our tube. That was dope. Um, Hiking galore in Arizona. I hit the ground hiking. Like, I love to go hiking. I love being outdoors in hot weather, and not California. It's just too windy for me here. It's the wind. It's just a constant AC outside, and I don't like it. But stuff like that. It's stuff like that. And are there mountains in Vegas, Nevada? A lot of camping on the lake, plus boat rentals. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming there. I got to see my girlfriend, but I want to see what there is to see in Vegas. I want to see what the happening is, outside of what I already spoke about. Mount Charleston. Okay, I will. I definitely will. So I want to see what's happening there. See what's going on. And so, you know what? She left for a little while and went to her home state, North Carolina, but she's back in Vegas now. She's not in Vegas. She was, I think she was in Henderson the first time, and when she went back, she was in Reno, which she said was way different. And she got a job with the post office. They have 11 different campsites up in the mountains. Wow. Damn. Damn. So it sounds like it's probably just stuff like that, right? I don't know. I'll find out when I get there. That's for sure. I'll find out when I get there because I do want to check it out. I thought for a minute that I wanted to travel throughout the US, but I'm just not interested. And so much of the US is too cold for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm really not interested. I'm really not. Yeah, she liked it when she was in Henderson. She liked Henderson. Reno, she said, is way different, and she don't like it. Hit the like button for your girl. What's up, Stunner? Thank you. I never heard that one before. It must be the hair. But then you know what the world say, all black people look alike, because I don't think I look anything like Leslie Jones. I don't think we have any even similar features, but we're both black women, so go figure. We all look alike. And I'm not even mad at that because I can't tell the difference from that white girl and this white girl and that white dude and this white dude. So I ain't mad at that. I am. I'm me by Enormous Stitz. No, I haven't. Sammy boy. No, I haven't read. I haven't even heard of that person. Enormous Stitz. Let's see. What do they have? I'm a reader though, so thank you for asking. I'll be so happy when my reading glasses come in. Is that? Oh, that must be a joke. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it? I don't get it. That must be a joke, but enormous tits. Got it. Got it. Got it. Good one. Good one. Good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one because it was clean. It was clean. I like that. I don't like when weirdos come on here and just be saying foul, raunchy shit. That was a good one. That was a good one. They're not enormous, but I do have some nice size tits. Yeah, he got me good. Enormous tits. That was good. And then the way you phrased it, yeah, like it was a book author, like she was an author. That was good. And I had to scroll through so many to finally get it because yeah, it wasn't giving me anything. But I knew immediately that it was a joke. As soon as I Googled it, I knew immediately it was a joke. But I was trying to put it together. I couldn't put it together until I saw, I don't even know. But as soon as I got it, I was like, oh shit. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a really good one. I like that. I'm not a prude, don't get me wrong, but I don't like strangers just being raunchy. I don't like that at all. But that was good. That was very good. And then having my pajamas on don't help, but it is what it is. Good grief. I think I got it instantly. Well, you're probably a man. I didn't. I didn't get it instantly. I'm Look, they got me right in the book mind. I'm an avid reader since I was a child. So he said, "Have you read any material by E. Norma Stitz?" And that's how I said it. Even now, after knowing it, to say it like that, E. Norma Stitz, I just it didn't come together for me because I'm thinking author. I'm in my mind is looking for a book. So yeah, that was a good laugh. Especially after my epic fail of a date tonight. I appreciate that laugh. That was a good one. I appreciate that joke. That was a good one. That was a really good one. And then in my pajama top, they look very enormous. If it was a dude joke, I probably would have got it before you would have. Especially if it was cleverly worded like that. That was very clever. That was very clever. I liked it. I liked it. So don't rain on my parade. I liked it. Whether I had to scroll through, I think that's what makes it even funnier because I didn't get it right away. And I'm scrolling, scrolling. I liked it. So it doesn't matter. I like the whole process. I enjoyed it. It was good. It was very good for me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Better than the 2 hour drive I had in traffic, 52 miles, just to get there and get to a park at 7 o'clock in the evening. It's dark. It's sitting up here 1919, right? 719. And there's just kids loud screaming. This park was packed. It was jam packed, every parking space. And then I'm waiting on him for like 20 minutes when we were right there, claimed to be on the same time frame. And I bought some meat. I was gonna cook. We were gonna have like a cookout at the park. That was that was the date. And I'm sitting there. So then he finally comes, and the park was packed, and they closed at 10. So by this time, it's like 7:40. So it was like, you just want to go get something, cool. But I only eat meat. I only eat animal products. Put it like that. And then I'm very particular about what I eat. And so he mentions Mexican. And I'm like, no, I don't eat Mexican food. No, I don't like that. So anyway, um, but he's from here and he loves Mexican food and he's built like he loves it too. No shade. Don't get me wrong. Everything was great. Everything was great. But by the end, he ended up ghosting me. But everything was great. So then we go to this place, you eat burgers. I'm like, yeah, yeah, burger, cool. And I'm very gracious. Like there was no reason for it to be a problem. So everything was fine. So we go there, and I ended up ordering carne asada nachos with extra meat, no guacamole, no, I don't know. I just cheese and sour cream, and the meat. And then extra meat. But I was like, I don't need extra tortillas, just the meat. Because I was just gonna eat the meat. Oh, that shit was so gross. And then I was like, well, let me try and camouflage it and eat it with a tortilla. The tortillas taste like they were cooked in fucking bacon grease or lard. I don't eat pork, haven't for almost 35 years. I don't, and I was just like, so I'm eating the meat with a fork. It was gross. I was like, I can't eat this. I can't eat this. And I was going to take it back up there and have him just remove it off the bill. And he was like, just get a to go container. He'll take it to whoever or whatever he said. I couldn't hear him because I was already up at the counter. So I was like, okay. I brought it back to the table and got a to go container and a cup for water because I I couldn't I couldn't eat it. So I was like 2 hour drive, no food, And again, I I bought 3 pounds of beef to cook, so I wasn't looking. That wasn't the date. The date was we were gonna have a cookout, so it's not like and I bought that. That's why it's here. So, but I was just like, you know. So then he says, and we were already talking, and he said his son lived around the corner, yada yada. And he said he didn't live too far from there, but he was coming from San Diego, and I'm like, okay, cool. So he was like, well, yeah, we can go around the corner to my son's house if you wanna, make your. He kept saying steaks, make your steaks, and so I was like, everything's in my vent because I rode with him over to the wherever we went to eat. So he took me back to my van and I pulled around to follow him. And that's when he just started speeding. I was like, he clearly is not trying to lead me to wherever he's going. And then he lost me. So I texted him, you lost me. And I turned where I thought maybe he turned, but like I said, he lost me. I couldn't even see him. And then I see him come back. He turned around and came back. And I'm just right there. And he drove right past me. And I thought he saw me. I was like, you drove right past me. And from there he just stopped responding. And I was like, okay. So I sat there a minute and I was just like, all right, well, let me just head back to my side of town. And I texted him, thanks for the adventure. And that was it. That was it. So, yeah, I appreciate that laugh because it was better than driving 2 hours in traffic to not eat. So, yeah, you remind me of my first girlfriend. Her name was, oh, Lord. I got that one. Barbecue up in the mountains. Is that chicken? Steak, ribs, all kinds of stuff. My favorite part of the date probably was getting back here. Honestly, because it was a 2 hour drive for me in traffic. So that was the bulk of it. Um, the drive out there was longer than we were together. And then I get there, and like I said, I had to wait for about 20 minutes for him to arrive. And that was cool, whatever. And I'm waiting, and he arrives, and then maybe 3 minutes later we left and went to that place. Um, and he ate like it was his last fucking meal. So he had downed his burger like 3 blinks, and that mofo was gone. I mean, he ate that damn thing so fast. Shit, I never seen such a thing. And that was it. That was it. We may have been in one another's company maybe a half hour. My chest sunk. I laughed so hard. Yeah, especially the time. Like I was going during rush hour, but then coming back, it was only 56 minutes for me to get back. But still 52 miles. The miles are the miles. It was still 104 miles total that I drove for essentially immaturity and nothing. But I don't know who that is. I don't know who Eric Adams is. But yeah. So that was my best part about the date. Getting back. Getting back. And then I bought a bunch of other stuff from Dollar Tree that I'm gonna take back because we I don't need it. 215 Highway Circles Las Vegas. Oh, okay. 215. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in New York. Like I said, I don't even know who that is. And whatever he got going on, baby, that ain't my business. That is not my business. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Cuz whatever he got going on, I still got to focus on me. So, I don't Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. I like lamb ribs. Those are the only ribs I eat. Like I said, I don't eat pork at all, and I don't like beef ribs. But I do like lamb ribs. I barbecue with my friend Mike Ox. Okay, Mike Oxbig all the time. My cock's big. I got that. I am a carnivore. I'm a carnivore. I only eat meat and meat products. No pig, no shrimp, no bottom feeders. But those I haven't eaten. But yeah, I only eat red meat, beef and lamb mostly. Beef and lamb mostly. In all seriousness, you seem very sweet. I am. I am. I talk about finances and managing my money. I like steaks. You got to try lamb ribs, but you got to get them like from a butcher. You got to There was a place in Minnesota. I used to get a box of lamb ribs for $35, like a whole box. You Lamb ribs are so good. They're so meaty and juicy. So good. So good. The best ribs. The best ribs. But not from a grocery store. Don't you got to get them from a halal market or somewhere like that. Yeah, you got to get them. That'll probably be your best place. A halal market, a halal butcher. Get you some lamb ribs. Yeah, delicious. Everybody on here needs to try lamb ribs. Even if you're a vegan, don't worry about that. Just get you some lamb ribs cuz the lambs are vegan. Okay? The lambs are herbivores. All right? They don't they don't eat corn, they don't eat soy. The lambs, and if you go to a halal market, they're fed properly and they're slaughtered properly. That's a part of halal. We pretty much have most everything in Las Vegas. Really? That's what's up. Yeah, I like to shop at butchers. I like to go to butchers, and especially and farms, local farms. Yeah, that's the jam. That's the jam. Lamb ribs. Sound like a. It's. I don't know. I think probably for Americans it's rare, but it's they're delicious. But again, don't try to get them from like Whole Foods or some ridiculous place like that. Asia, yes, yes. See, that's how Minnesota shopping was. We had halal markets, African markets, the Asian markets, and you could get that's where I would get my real chickens from. The Asian market. They had real chickens cuz a real chicken, not these American chickens, but real chicken, you cannot just bite the bone or the tip of the bone, and you can't boil a real chicken into shreds. Real chicken meat is not going to shred and just no, no. So the Asian market is where I would get my real chicken from, and they had a whole chicken. And I'm doing this because it was small. Chickens are small, right? And so it was like $6 for a whole chicken. But they also had American chickens, you know, that was damn near the size of a turkey. I'll be damned. But yeah, yeah. Asian markets is where it's at. Asian markets, halal markets, African markets. You can get everything you need. Everything you need, I'm telling you. Especially for somebody like me who cook. All right? Like I cook. I live in a van, but even in here, I cook. I don't want to pull out my stuff, but I cook. Okay. Burable. Hey, Mrs. Martha. I don't appreciate the comments you have made about my bussy. Pastor Jeff has called and is very upset with you on the matter. Brother Bill is coming from down south now. So thanks. Brandon, I did my haircut. Oh, is it Mark? From where? Ship daily from where? Yeah, I did my own haircut. Yours. I can tell. I know it's nice, right? It's nice. It's nice. Well, I just shaved today and I took a little bit of an extra chunk out by accident right there. I don't know if y'all saw that, but you got to get me right by aircraft. But from where? I'm going to get a mohawk now. Mohawks are the shiznit. Do y'all need more light? Hold on. That's too much. Mohawks or the shiznit. It'll look different in a few days. Yeah, I like my mohawk. Established in 2015. You can do mine when you visit. That's funny. I don't have any tools anymore. Well, I mean, I have my clippers. I still have my Oster clippers and my Andis tea shaver. That's what I use. That's what I use to keep it cleaned up. Yep. I use the 5-aught blade, and then my trimmers to shave the bald. You ever wear leather? Yes. Heck yeah. Um, no, it's not hard. It's harder without having a mirror because I usually do it at the gym. When I go to the gym and I don't take any of my mirrors, But no, it's not. I just do it by feel. I just do it by feel. And because I have so much hair, as you see, right? Like as you see, I have a lot of hairs coming out per square inch. So because of that, it's easier for me to hide any mistakes, you know? Hey, Cheryl. I was going to say the back part must be hard. It's harder. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to watch the replay. I just joined. Yeah, it was just my my epic fail of a date. A melanin is glowing, ain't it? Ain't it? I'm trying to tell you. Maybe a flat top mohawk. Oh, you talking about for you, Mark? Yeah, definitely not me. Definitely not me. Because this is growing and I'm not cutting it again. Well, of course, unless I absolutely have to, but I'm not growing it again. And I'm excited to see the grays just continue to do their thing. But yeah, I can feel it though. I can feel because you know what happened? Because I braided it a few days ago. I did a cornrow all the way back. And when I showed my Instagram, I saw that there was a little row of hair that needed to be shaved off that was separate. And so, in my attempt to get that, and I think this too, in my attempt to get that, I went in a bit too far right there. If I pull it back, you'll probably notice it, but I don't know. I have a lot of hair, so it's okay. FBI, damn, your haircut looks cool. Thank you. What do you call a promiscuous insect? I don't know. A promiscuous insect. I don't know. I don't know. Um, damn, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Ass hopper? A mohawk? How would it be a mohawk? Go bald. I've already been bald. I've had to shave it off. What's the answer? What's the answer? What is a promiscuous insect? Is that it? Ass hopper? Then I'd have to ask, what is an ass hopper? I know what a grasshopper is. We just removing, we just making up things. We just making up insects now. I want to know too. Right? We all want to know. Make sure I don't flash y'all. We all want to know. A hornet. How do we not think of hornets are so forgotten about? Yeah, but an ass hopper isn't a thing. A hornet is a thing though. A hornet is an actual insect. I am an October, not to be confused with September, Libra. And I'm massive Libra. Sir, you just described me. That's funny. A hornet. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was a good one. You got some good ones. A hornet is good. Definitely. FBI. You a hornet. You're not the feds, are you? And I ended up having to get some garbage too because I didn't eat. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. That's right. Nothing wrong with it. Hurricane coming to Florida tomorrow. Wow. But you're not in Florida, Mark. You're in Nevada, right? I do know someone in Florida. Well, I know a few people in Florida. I know quite a few people in Florida. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, be safe. Who's ever in Florida. Yeah, I know several people in Florida. Several people. Now, being in California, I've experienced a few earthquakes. They there was two that was like for me. But for the natives it was not a big deal, I guess, but that's a trippy feeling. See, I'm accustomed to hurricanes and tornadoes. I'm from the Midwest. I'm accustomed to that. And to me, those can be survivable. I mean, of course, I don't know. It's just the earthquaking, I can't wrap my mind around it. Because if it quakes and opens up enough, how do you survive that? But yeah, I'm accustomed to hurricanes and tornadoes. We're taught about that in school in like third grade. Third grade, we have tornado warning. We have simulated tornado warnings, and you'll be in school and the tornado buzzer will just go off and you'll have to go through what to go through. We're taught that in school. I was asking Cali native, I'm like, what's the process for a hurricane? I mean, for earthquake. Are y'all taught how to possibly survive an earthquake? Because we're taught what to do in case of a hurricane or a tornado from young in the Midwest. I don't know about anywhere else, but in places where these things happen regularly every season, we're taught about that from the third grade. What does a fart and a laugh have in common? West Coast has earthquake drills in schools. Oh, okay. Yep, get in the hallway with your head down. If you're at home, yep, get in the bathtub and cover it up with something. Uh, go low, get low, like in the basement or a root cellar. Ah, that's true. That is true. Yep, basement, root cellar. Yep, get low. What does an earthquake drill look like? That's interesting because I guess I asked the wrong person because that is very interesting. The one of the biggest ones, the first big one was when I was co-living in LA, and the house that I was in, they had built the bunk beds and it was sturdy wood, and it felt like somebody was standing literally on at the end of the bed, manually shaking it slowly. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, and everybody was knocked out, like nobody. And I'm sitting up here like, what is that, a fucking earthquake? What the hell? And then another one was shortly after that when I was caring for this woman, Miss Pam, and I was at her house. She was knocked out. She grew up in Cali. She's not from here, but she moved here um, when she was a little girl. And there was an earthquake, and I jumped up, and I went to go check on her. She was knocked out, and I was like, that shit tripped me out. And then there was another one here in Le Chateau a few months ago, and it was kind of mild, but I was like, what's going on? Why is my van shaking? And like I said, it was pretty mild. And I was like, oh shit, was that an earthquake? Was that an earthquake? Stand in the doorway under a sturdy table, away from windows or falling objects. Hold on to your ass and say goodbye. Earthquake drill. That's what it sounds like to me. If you're outside standing in the open, not under a tree. Sure, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. But that shit sound like a setup. Mark, you didn't help. You didn't help, Mark. That didn't. The first thing I read though, stand in the doorway under a sturdy table. These fools gotta be out of their mind. I couldn't be from Cali because I would have been a little kid like, yeah, no, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. I definitely would have been that rebellious kid like, this is not it. You serious? The earth is quaking and you want me to stand in the fucking doorway? These mofos' brain is scrambled. You gotta be out of your mind. The earth is quaking, and you telling kids to stand in the doorway. Okay. 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 It all makes sense now. Being here, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. Because that's what they telling kids to do. Got it. Right. Right. Hold on to your ass and look. And they would take us to an earthquake simulator that is nothing like an earthquake. These fools got to be out of their mind. That's that's ridiculous, right? Like that's got to be. You got to look back and be like, that's ridiculous. No, that's not ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. That just seems like no safety at all. Yeah. What Mark's drill? Hold on to your ass and say goodbye. Stop it. Stop it. That was hilarious though. And then to read them back to back, oh, I can't. I can't. That was funny. Timing is everything, man. To read those two back to back was hilarious. We would literally walk into a dollhouse that vibrated. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man, not a vibrating dollhouse. Oh man, you gotta be joking. You gotta be joking. I know you're not though. I know you're not. That's crazy. And is that still what they're doing? Is that is that still what they're doing? That's crazy. At least at least the earthquakes aren't, but then, I don't know. I don't know. They scary. I think for me, and maybe it's just because I'm a Midwesterner, but for me, earthquakes are scarier than hurricanes and tornadoes, in my opinion. But then I've also talked to native Californians that are like, a tornado or a hurricane. So I do get it. But the earth quaking, that just seems extreme to me. You can either stand in the door looking out or hold on, for the is that hold on to your ass and hope for the best? Yeah, I think it's all hoping for the best. It's all hoping for the best. Yeah. Not a vibrating dollhouse though. That's crazy. I wonder what's the worst earthquake and when. Like I would like to see, cuz it's a trip. It's a trip to see yeah, I never heard no warnings. Being here, I just feel it. I never heard any warnings of an earthquake happening since I've been here. And like I said, I've experienced. I just told y'all about the three that really, because there was one, um, and I didn't. It was small. I didn't really know what was happening. And then there was another one, and I was like, oh wait, that was an earthquake. It was kind of small too. I know they still have the simulator at the Children's Museum. My kid were just told to get under their desk. What is Sigma? I don't know what Sigma is. So I think that answer would be no, I'm not. Damn, I cannot type on this little phone. Mm-mm. This is crazy. Okay, let's see what they say. I once saw Diddy hairline assault my cousin Demarcus. Oh, that's terrible. 1906. It says the 1906 San Francisco earthquake is considered one of the worst earthquakes in California history, with an estimated magnitude of 7.9 and magnum Mercalli intensity of 11. April 18th, 1906. April 18th is my daughter's birth date. 1857 was another major one. 1872. Okay. Um, what are the damages? Like, what does it look like? Yeah, it looked like the fucking earth just quaked. That's what it looked like. It looked like you're fucked if you're it looks like you're fucked. Damn. What the hell? But I mean, the damage after a hurricane um or a tornado looks, but shit. Wow. I was in the Bay Area in the 89 when the Bay Bridge collapsed. Exactly, Mark. Damn. They showed they just I saw some pictures at first too of the ground all damn. Wow, man. This is extreme. Sheesh, look at this. The largest earthquake in 25 years hits California. When was that? This is just a picture, but look at that. Damn. Sheesh. I mean, these. Oh, look at that. Wow. No survivors, clearly. Looking back on the San Fernando earthquake of 1971. Sheesh. Damn. I mean, I mean, wow. This is severe. That's really severe. Wow, look at this. Wow, that is severe. That is hella severe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm standing by. I'm standing by my perspective. Um, this just looks traumatizing. This looks massively traumatizing. Yeah, that picture a cop was on the freeway and fell off. They named the freeway after him. Yeah, I this looks definitely traumatizing. That's crazy. And so these places are northern California. Is that where they're the worst? Is that where they get it the worst, or is it just you know you just never know? Look at this. Wow. Now see, hurricanes and tornado like a hurricane, the roof it ain't gonna sound no better, but it'll lift the whole roof off of it off this whole mug. It'll uproot trees through the concrete. Okay, you'll see you'll see trees uprooted through the concrete, big massive chunks of concrete just and these trees have been here. Okay, they large oak trees uprooted through the concrete. Better get out while you can. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna be here too much longer, but yeah, yeah. I would much rather, and that's another thing I like about Arizona. They don't have any natural disasters. I know they talk about the haboobs, but compared to the Middle East, the so-called haboobs in California really are just like dust storms. You know, shit, every damn thing is just dusty once it comes through. Once it passed through, everything is just covered in a thick layer of dust. You know, Bay Area does get a lot. Okay, however, there's a big fault line in Southern California. Mm. Now, you know what's interesting is that none of this has affected all these hidden um oil wells here in California, in Southern California. All these buildings that are just facades and they're covering up oil tanks or oil, whatever they're called. Yeah, that's we don't either in Vegas. Snow in the mountains. Yeah, and so, sometimes flooding. Yeah, yeah. Arizona has the snow up where it snows, but like in Phoenix, nope, nothing. And then the winters, no cap, the winters are like 5 weeks. The winters are like 5, 6 weeks maybe. You know, just not long, not long, not long. You got 40-degree temps for just a few weeks and hot again. I like that. I like that. And then those are the overnight temps. The winters, even like during the day, it's hot. It's hot. And then your overnight temperatures are in the 40s. 5, 6 weeks, and then that's done. That's done. I like that. I definitely like that. We get smoke from California wildfires sometimes. See, what would be nice is if Americans understood the necessity of fire and nature. Because there are some trees and plants that need fire, that need to be burned. Like that's how they regenerate. They need that. It is a necessity. And you have um, the indigenous people of the world, period, understand that and understood that. So uh, they would set fires to certain areas. And there's still places around the world that understand that. And they even teach the children where and how to set fires in certain foresty areas because it's a necessity. It is a necessity to keep certain trees and plants growing and reproducing. Yeah, yeah. And fire is how it's done. So, I mean, but when people don't know, they make a big thing out of it. And I had to send one of my I have a friend who is Irish, and he was talking about that like here in California, and I had to send him an article about uh, what I just said. He was like, "Oh wow, I had no idea." Yeah, a lot of people. And then you got this whole Smokey the Bear, and but fire is good. Fire is good for nature. That's how, because a lot of foresty areas, um, y- y- because you can't stop growth. The plants are going to grow and reproduce, and the fire is necessary to maintain the amount of space that they need and the roots, because keep in mind the roots are growing underground and just get the grow they just it's a necessity. You can google this information, but fire is a necessity. And the thing about it is we have invaded so far into natural territories that I get it. Like it becomes a danger to humans. I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's our overconsumption. It's not the fault of nature who needs this thing, but it's our overconsumption. We just decide, oh, there's 1,000 acres here with no people on it. And look at how beautiful and lush it is. Oh, you know what? Let's move in there. Fuck the animals and all the natural habitat that this is their home. We want to make this our home now. So we're going to evict and kill and just do damage on all this shit so we can build condos and bullshit. Thanks for the laughs. Good night. Good night, Cheryl. How do you feel about white colonizers appropriating the culture and destroying the environment? I think they should have kept it in Europe. I think they should have kept all of their innate ways in Europe amongst one another. That's how I feel about it. Short and sweet answer. That's how I feel about it. Because they're just doing what they do. I just think I just wish they would have kept doing it with one another over in Europe. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's how I feel about it. So, man, tomorrow I'm going to cook up my beef and I'm going to eat good. And I'm going to have it for 2 days because I got 3.3 pounds. I bought 3.3 pounds of beef shoulder chuck roast with good amount. I made sure to get my fat on there. So, oh, that was the worst part about the date. Not getting an opportunity to cook and eat my daggone meat. That was the worst part about the day. I'll tell you that much. The best part was coming back to my space. The worst part was not getting an opportunity to eat and cook my food. Oh, sure. So now you got educated on earthquake. Just practice grabbing your right parts. Yeah, it's good too. It's good too. There's a butcher that I go to. Look at this. It's wrapped in butcher paper. I think this was the best part about the date too. Not wasting my meat and my cooking skill on someone non-worthy. Cause see, I cook my face off. Do you hear me? And I love to cook for people. I love to cook for people. I used to cook and serve at homeless shelters in Minnesota, a homeless shelter that I was in actually. Even here in California, I would cook and just serve some of the homeless guys that were out. And I cook. I am. That was one of my hustles in Arizona. I would cook and sell plates of West African food with, my own little spin. I'm extremely creative, and so I love to cook. Sounds like a barbecue. Yeah, I love to cook, but yeah, this is gonna be good. Never waste your meat on someone unworthy. I always say that. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's a double entendre. But I'm a female with meat in my hands. And so, yes, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't because this good 3 pounds of beef shoulder, and it's the shoulder too. I'll buy you cook. Sounds like a deal. Sounds like a deal. Save me some dough. Yep, I'm with it. I'm with it. These are nice too. Let me see if I can show you because these are nice. And I had them cut it. I had them cut it because just to make it easier for me. And also so they would cook faster instead of um, instead of just a big chunk. I'm an excellent cook. So yeah, this is 3 pieces. They're kind of long like that. Good fat on it. Look at how good that is. And I make my own seasoning blends. It is, I'm telling you. I make my own. I buy the raw, just the raw seasoning, smoked paprika. I get them from the bulk section in Sprouts. So, my smoked paprika, white onion powder, garlic powder. I get curry powder, turmeric, ground turmeric. I use seasonings that are good for my blood type. Cayenne pepper. So I don't use black pepper anymore. I used to until I started eating for my blood type. So, and then I just mix it up in one of my containers, and I use iodized sea salt because I don't eat a lot of fish, so I need to make sure I have the iodine. So that's how I do that. Uh-oh. They're 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 the same, O positive and O negative. I'm O negative though. No, I don't believe in man-made religion. I believe in God, but I don't believe in man-made religion. Gotta have the fat too. You got to. You got to. Yep. Gotta have that meat. Gotta have that meat. Yeah. That's that is why I decided it would just be easier for me to just uh just eat meat. Well, something that man made up. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Something that man made up. All of these religions are made up. Uh-huh. God is very real. And I've always looked at the Bible in particular as a handbook, not a religious book. Even the Quran, the Bible just shows you the way, teach you what is what. It's it's a handbook. It's a manual. It's not a religious anything. Because what is religion? Like we are spirit beings. So what is religion? What is that? What is So no, I don't believe in that. It's made up. Yeah. But I'm looking forward to eating tomorrow. I'll tell you that much. I don't either. I agree. I agree. I agree, Mark, 100%. I just wanted to answer that question, but yeah, no, I don't have conversations about it. And people like to bring up these conversations at school. I mean, at work. I don't get that. I don't get that. I think I in my opinion, and I've felt this way from my 20s. I think people just like to bring up those conversations just for the purpose of um just like throwing poison in the water. You know what I mean? Like if something, because if you notice, people only bring up, whether it's at work or wherever, people only throw that in the conversation when the conversation is peaceful. That's why I call it like throwing poison in the water. Because they just want to throw this poison in there and then watch everybody's reaction. Keep it to your fucking self, however you feel about it. Just keep it to yourself. Like what? It's such a useless conversation. It's such a useless conversation because at no point are you going to change anyone's mind or is anyone going to change your mind. So, what is the purpose of this dialogue? There is none. There is none. There's absolutely no purpose of talking about politics or spiritual beliefs. Not at all. Unless you're talking about it with someone who you align with, and then you guys are just having a conversation that you agree on every point on in private. But in a public setting, it's just poison. It's just throwing poison in peaceful waters. Aggregation. Yeah, just throwing poison in peaceful waters. See what I'm talking about? Let's just agree to disagree. What difference do it make? Right. What difference do it make? What difference does it make? At the end of the day, we was talking about delicious meat and how I'm looking forward to eating that. That's it. That's it. We was talking about seasonings and shit. The conversation was too peaceful, huh? Huh? Oopsie. Now I get your name. Oopsie. I'm about to throw some poison in this peaceful water. Oopsie. Oopsie. Let me drop this shit turd in here. Oopsie. Did I do that? Oopsie. Here's a landmine for you. Oopsie. It makes sense now. It makes sense. With fat on it plus spices. You hear me? That is going to be delicious. And it's the shoulder. You know how tender the shoulder is, right? You know how tender the beef shoulder is? Oh, man. Yeah. If anybody on here, if you don't know, the shoulder is very tender. The shoulder is very good. A lot of flavor too. A lot of flavor in that shoulder. If you go to a good butcher and if you're eating good animals that were taken care of properly, you know. I don't want the punch. I don't want the punch. It is a nice cut. And make sure you get the fat on it, man. Don't be cutting it so lean. Don't be cutting it so lean. You need that fat. It's just like what we learned in cosmetology school, right? Oil controls oil. Color removes color. So like if you have oily skin, I used to have a lot of clients too that would say because they had oily skin, they wouldn't moisturize their face. That's the wrong thing to do. That's why you constantly have excess. even more oil. You have to. Oil regulates oil. Color removes color. So if you're doing somebody's hair color, right, and you to get it off their skin, before I would shampoo the hair, like at the shampoo bowl, once the color is done processing, I would rub the color around the hairline, wherever it was on the skin, on the ear. I would rub the color that's in their hair around that. And you see it coming up off the skin. All them removers and all stuff like that, that's just to get your money. But the color itself is going to remove that color off the skin. And so my clients would finish with just perfect skin and a perfect color job. Fat is what's going to help, well, and being active, and making sure you burn off enough calories and moving your body. But yeah, fat is what helps to keep excess fat off your fat ass. So your body needs it, absolutely. It's so funny because everything is so lean, but Americans are the fattest people, and they got the 90% 90-10 ground beef, and you know uh all these lean, super lean cuts of beef in the grocery stores, and all this fat free this and fat free that. But these motherfuckers are fatter than they was when I was growing up, like huge. Fucking morbidly obese. Shoot, that too, because everything is processed and chemicals. Everybody, you get some corn, you get some corn, you get some corn. Get out of here. Your body can't process that shit. Nope, you got to go out your way. And I don't mind going out of my way. That's why it helps. Like what Mark was saying, they got good butchers there. They have good butchers there. It has been a good discussion, and it's time for me to go to bed. It is time for me to go to bed. Thanks for letting me talk out my frustration with myself. Like I said, it was all my fault that my date was an epic fail. It was all my fault from start to finish. So if you came in late, don't I'm not blaming anybody. It was all on me. It was all my fault. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. I do go live quite often. I don't know if you're interested in my content, but I do go lives which are more random. But anyway, everybody have a great night. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the laughs and the conversation and the information.